Hi, it's me, your favorite disaster human, back with another video. In celebration of Pride Month, today I want to talk to you about how I discovered my sexuality. I don't think I've ever explicitly stated it in any of my videos, but I'm bisexual. Alternatively, this video could also be called 7 cartoon characters that made me realize I like girls and my very first bi panic. Gay panic? I'm bi, but gay panic just has a much nicer ring to it. Like most children, I grew up watching cartoons, and one of my absolute favorite ones was Kim Possible. And some of you may already know where this is going. Number 1 on my list is Shigo. Do I need to say anything else? It's Shigo. She's super badass. She's wearing a tight spandex suit. She's good at fighting and has pretty much superpowers. Seriously, what's not to like? It's Shigo. Duh. Number 2 on my list is not a cartoon character and might be kind of obscure and or weird. Just don't kink shame me, okay? It's Rabia from the Bibi Blocksberg live-action movies. More specifically, the second one. For those of you who don't know, especially the people who just didn't grow up in Germany, Bibi Blocksberg was originally a children's cartoon series, and it also sold a lot of cassettes, audiobooks, back when you had the little audio cassettes. You know what I mean? Eventually, they turned it into 2 live-action movies. Bibi Blocksberg is a little witch. She's learning pretty much witchcraft, but of course there's an evil antagonist, and that is Rabia. In the second movie, Bibi Blocksberg, who's the main character, moves into a boarding school, and Rabia is trying to spy on her. So she takes on this fake identity to get into the boarding school, which, if I remember correctly, it was a French journalist. And what can I say? She was faking a French accent. My heart. She was wearing a very stylish costume, her makeup was on fleek. She was just, there was something about it, and I know she was faking it, but as this journalist, she was so incredibly nice, and I can't lie, it's mostly the French accent. It's mostly the accent, yeah. Number 3 on my list is Ingrid Third from Fillmore! Honestly, that whole series is fucking iconic. Don't add me. Fillmore is best. Once again, she's just super badass, has a photographic memory, and is smart as fuck. She's not afraid to be herself. She was so cool to me. She was the coolest. My little heart couldn't handle the coolness. Number 4, Nikki Little from Pepper Ann. How to explain it? She's a soft girl. She's sensitive. She's artistic. She looks so huggable, especially with her big sweater. And I don't know, just cute. Just so cute. For number 5, I just wrote down Cat Captain from Treasure Planet. Actually, let me look up her name. I don't want to just refer to her as Cat Captain. Amelia! Oh my god, that's such a beautiful name too. How could I forget that name? Why? Well, how do I put this? Women in uniforms and or suits are so attractive. Holy shit. Once again, super badass character, unafraid to put her life on the line to help people, and she's part cat, and who can say no to a cat girl? Number 6, Janis Ian from Mean Girls. I guess we can kind of see a pattern in what I'm attracted to or was attracted to when I was young. Janis is a petty bitch. I'm a petty bitch. I can relate to that. She's very artistic, a skilled artist. And yeah, she's the cute goth girlfriend I've always dreamed of. Last but not least, Meg from Hercules. I guess what I really liked was that this was the first Disney movie that I watched when I was super, super little, where the Disney princess wasn't just, oh, it's a prince, I'm falling in love with you. Or she was just kind of she had to fall in love with him slowly, and I kind of liked her sarcasm, and I don't know, her attitude. Something about that was super attractive to me. I mean, it doesn't hurt that her hair is gorgeous and it looks like it smells of peaches and flowers, so... Looking back on this list, I realized that there are 2 people who are not cartoon characters, so it's more 7 characters from kids' movies and shows that made me realize I like girls too. So yeah, as you can tell from this list, I realized I liked girls too when I was, I want to say, 9 or 10-ish. Thing is, I grew up in a very small village with small-minded people. I'm very lucky to have my mom. She's pretty open-minded, although she's not perfect. I mean, who is? But it could be better, but I can at least say that she isn't like, homosexuals are unnatural and should be abolished. But yeah, I grew up in a very small community. Didn't really have any opportunity to educate myself all that much. So all I knew was there was homo and heterosexual people. From the very, very little I had been told, I figured that when you were homosexual, you had a life of hardships in front of you and like everyone was going to judge you and everything was going to be awful. So right off the bat, I rejected it. I was like, no, I don't want to be gay. Like, I don't want to be a lesbian. Like, no, that's not me. It really didn't make things any easier that I had the biggest crush on my childhood friend who was a boy. Yet I kept crushing on these cartoon characters and I kept dreaming of girls, like kissing girls and stuff. I remember one recurring dream that, now that I think of it, was kind of weird, where I was kissing a girl in a mask and we were lovers and we were like laying out in the sun somewhere in a field and everything was super romantic. And every time I had this dream, I woke up super confused because I was like, wait a minute, I can't be gay because I'm crushing on my childhood friend. And since there's only 2 things, hetero and homosexual, that means I have to be heterosexual. I remember one day I was like gross sobbing, like full on crying, mental breakdown mode. And my mom came into my room and she was like, honey, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't want to be a lesbian. I don't want to be a lesbian. What if I'm a lesbian? Will you still love me if I am? And this is where I have to give props to my mom, because the only thing she did was hug me and tell me, of course I'm going to love you. I'm always going to love you no matter what comes, no matter what you love, who you love. It's going to be fine. So fast forward to when I was 12. That's when we first got our DSL internet. Before that we had like a super old modem, is the word in German. You know, the super old way to get into the internet that made these super pleasant sounds. And once I had access to the internet, I did some research and I discovered that I wasn't alone in my feelings and that there was a word for what I was feeling. And it was bisexual, and that I'm bisexual and that it's okay and that there are other people like me and that I'm not weird. Or honestly, that was such a relief to me because I was so confused for the longest time. And like I said, since I grew up in such a small village, I feel like even if they wanted to educate me, I don't think like the adults around me really had the education themselves. Does that make sense? So yeah, using the internet, I educated myself, learned about the LGBTQ plus community and a little bit about each letter. And obviously, I know that I can't speak for every bisexual person, let alone like the people of the LGBTQ community. Everyone's struggles are different. Everyone's experiences are different. All things considered, I was pretty lucky to have my mom. Although I have to say, when I came out to her, which was 3 years ago, she hit me with the super cliched, oh, it's just a phase. Because the situation was the following. When I was 20, I broke up with my longtime boyfriend and I just went up to my mom and I said, hey, so just so you know, I might not bring back a boy again, but I also might bring back a woman. I like both. Just, be prepared. And she just looked at me and she was like, this is about your breakup. Like, this is a phase. You'll get over it. And I was like so hurt by this. Also, it was not very creative. Like, why did you have to be so cliched, mom? And I guess that's still a huge topic today, bi erasure. Because I feel like as soon as you are in a heterosexual relationship, people just assume that your bisexuality is going to go away. Like, no, I'm not confused. I like more than one gender. Thank you very much. I'm not just gay, trying to fit in. I am bisexual. Anyway, I think that's all for this video. If you liked this video, please let me know, because there might be a potential part 2 a story time of how I finally tried to pursue a relationship with a girl and failed pathetically. But yeah, that's a story for another time, if you're interested in it, of course. Also, please feel free to share your experiences in the comments down below or tweet them at me or anything like that. I really like hearing about other people and their story and just what their experience is. And with that, I want to thank you for listening to my rambling. I really hope you liked it, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye!